in Soho. One was black and the other was like a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger from the got in the gently. Angry and friends with these cause when I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top
I got
notch.
that chicken to golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I died. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Kill, kill! Watch twins! Watch twins!
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, here we go. Easy, kill, kill! 11.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. He finds an opening past the 40. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
11.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw is Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Got it!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And just shutting him off there. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side. So
from the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
5-8.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Get set. Hey. Got three. Easy, kill.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Throwing now is Breeze. Flushed out right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Switch. Yes.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 3rd down, Ryan. The open man is Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Alex Okafor in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 22 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield, down lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Got it. Monday. 5-8. 12. 36. Rip right. Kill.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Camaro. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Looking long for Thomas. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
21. 95-56.
Now Breeze. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ito Smith, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Ginn. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Breeze now. He'll air it out deep. This is intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Got it. 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Ryan on second down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up fourth down. So a field goal try here on fourth down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.